Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new lecture. In this one, we are actually starting off our project development section. Okay, so in this first lecture, we're going to be setting up our project environment. So all the file structures, all the folders, all the necessary files we need in order to start coding and developing our PSD to HTML conversion website. Alright, so without further ado, let's start. Create a new folder on your desktop and name it whatever you want. I'm just going to name it PSD to HTML5. And that's basically all you need to do. Alright, so open up brackets. And let's just do, there's a cool feature called open folder, and it's going to open up the whole folder for us. If we go to File, Open Folder, on the desktop we can see the empty file here, PSD to HTML5. Select this folder, and now what we need to do is, in this folder, let's create 3 folders, subfolders actually. Alright, the first one will be the CSS folder, in which we are going to be placing all the CSS files like queries or style CSS or the fonts. Okay, up next will be the IMGs folder, where we will store all the cropped images from the PSD file for later reference in the HTML, and the last folder will be for JavaScript or for the jQuery and JavaScript files that we are going to be working with. Alright, okay, now go to your brackets and create a new file, and again press on File and do Save As, and this will be our index.html. Make sure you save it in the correct folder. So right here, index.html. So you see now the icon is appearing that it is an HTML file. Do one more new file, Save As. It is going to be the style CSS, where all of the styles are going to be put. And last but not least, create one more file, Save As, and do main.js and save it inside the JavaScript folder. And this is where all the programming stuff will go. Okay, and that's basically it. Now what we need to do is grab jQuery version 3.0.0, so the latest version of jQuery. We're going to grab that. Just type jQuery on Google. Now download now. There's actually later version 3.1.0, the newest. So let's just download the compressed production of jQuery. So place this inside your PSD to HTML JS. There is our jQuery file, and so far so good. Open up brackets again, and let's actually set up our skeleton, our HTML skeleton for the website. Okay, so just go ahead and do doc type HTML, and then open up the HTML tag. Inside of it, do the head tag, open and close. Beneath, do the body tag, open and close. The title of our website, which is going to be called PSD to HTML5. Now that's basically it. Now let's create something here. Let's just type heading 1. This is a test message. So what happened here is that I have Beautify on save. I don't want that right now. I'm not going to use it. What's left to do in the head section is to link our style.css. So link rel style sheet type text CSS href CSS and link your CSS file. We're gonna need to link the very same thing with jQuery. So at the end of the body, make sure you link the jQuery first, and then at the bottom our main.js file. So script src js jQuery 3.10 minified, and underneath we're gonna link our file that we have just created here. Let's just do a reminder here, a comment, jQuery first, then JavaScript, just to remind us of this. Okay, I could have done C and then press on tab and it will create a comment automatically thanks to Emmet. Okay. Now that we have our file prepared, let's press on live preview and see what would happen here. Alright, we see that it's appearing, which means that everything is working properly. Let's test the CSS. So let's just change the color of this heading to red, and it works like charm. Now, one thing I want you to understand before continuing is that I'm going to use something new in our project for this course, which is called Reset CSS. Now, what is this? Pay attention to this. Web browsers such as Google Chrome, Opera, Safari, or Mozilla, any web browser has a default styling for the elements. So there is a default margin for the paragraphs, there are default margins for the headings, margins for the body, paddings for the body, and this is all done to make the default look of a given website to be better on the eye, but that's not what we always want to have. I'd rather start off with a blank zero scratch document rather than having Google Chrome set up some CSS rules instead of me. So what we're going to do now here is install this Reset CSS. One way to install it is to download a copy of the file, or what we can do is actually copy this code here. These are all CSS rules, remember, and just paste it on the top of our CSS file. And if we refresh, we can see that the default styles for the heading are totally gone. So there are no margins on the right, no margins on the top. The font is pure, the font size is pure, and if we remove this, you can see the difference. There is a difference, margins and paddings all over the place. So in this lecture, in this course, actually throughout this course, we're going to be using this reset.css to get a complete perfect starting point. Alright guys, the next thing that we need to do before we move on to the next lecture is to actually put on the required meta tags for cross-browser compatibility and the character encoding. So under your title, just write required meta tags, and the first one will be meta character set of UTF-8, which is just the character encoding, which will make your website readable on most of the computers. So just do this, and inside I'm just going to write explanations so you're not confused what these commands are. Character encoding. The next one is the meta tag, which is http equiv is equal to xua compatible. The content would be IE equals edge and Chrome equals 1. Now what this does is basically displays the web page in Microsoft Edge mode, and it also places Internet Explorer in the highest supported document mode. So let's just write that comment. Display web page in Edge mode. places Internet Explorer in highest supported document mode. This is basically if the user opens up the website on Internet Explorer, so this increases the chances that he is going to see and have a perfect experience. And the last thing that we will need to write from the meta tags is for mobile views, and this is meta name viewport. The content would be width will be equal to device width, and the initial scale will be 1. Now what this is basically it's optimization for mobile devices. It says that the width of the website once the website reaches smaller screen would be equal to the device width, so there are no bugs shown right here and there, and the initial scale of the website should not be either zoomed in or zoomed out, but it should be on 1 instead. I'm just going to write here optimization for mobile devices. Alright, that is perfect. Let's just separate this content from the style sheets here. These are the required meta tags, and I'm going to copy and paste one snippet here, which we are going to be studying over right now. We can actually create a snippet for this, so why not? That's what snippets are for. Let's just create a snippet for it. Do this, create new. I'm just going to remove this YouTube video snippet that we did before. Create new, and let's say that this will be for Shiv. Alright, so HTML5 Shiv and respond.js. It will be in the scope of HTML, and I'm just going to copy and paste this code here. And what this is basically it says that if the browser is Internet Explorer 9 or up, execute these both scripts, which are downloaded and referenced from a CDN online library. So if the website detects that it is opened on a later version of Internet Explorer 9, these scripts come into place, and basically they do support some HTML5 elements, and they support media queries in the old browser. So HTML5 Shiv and respond.js are amazing scripts for this cross-browser compatibility, and make sure you download them. Actually, just make sure that you use this script comment code here. Let's save this snippet and let's see if it works. Just type Shiv and then tab, and boom, there it is, working snippet for cross-browser compatibility. I'm just going to place this on the bottom here, so cut this and then paste it right here so our comment can be on the bottom. And that's basically it, guys, for now. Let's see if everything's working perfect. Still there, heading 1 is there, and I've just noticed here that we have mistakenly wrote compatible instead of compatible, so just change these two, compatible. And one more mistake that we made is that we've put these parentheses here in viewport, and remove those as well. Alright, perfect. One note about this code that I copied and pasted from a snippet is that I'll give you this in the source code of this lecture, so you don't have to worry about finding it on the internet, even though if you want, I'll show you how to do it. So go to your browser and just write HTML5 Shiv CDN, and here it is. I've already used it. You just need to copy and paste this code here. It actually is the same link here, so that's how you get it. If you just copy this and paste it here, you would have the exact same thing, as you can see, and the same thing we do with the respond.js. We just forgot here the closing and the script tag. Just to make sure that everything is working, let's do respond.js Shiv, respond.js CDN, and there is the same link here. Copy this minified version and paste it right here. the very same links here. So that's it. Thank you for watching, guys. In the next lectures, we are going to be downloading the final project files, and in the next one after that, feel free to download my free gift for you, which is consisted of 25 finished and modern PSD designs to practice your skills on once you finish this course. I'll see you in the next lecture.